My name is Anna Neubauer and I'm a portrait photographer based in London. When I was younger, I was obsessed with the fashion industry, and I thought the most amazing thing would be to work on massive campaigns with big clients, the kind of stuff you would see on America's Next Top Model. But then I experienced how narrow the concepts of beauty actually are. And I decided to put my focus on what I could do to contribute to a more open, diverse, and inclusive society. In 2018, I think, I worked with a client who told me to crop the model's face. It was just weird because that's not me, and it really hit me. I don't really know why it hit me that hard, but maybe I also needed it. Now, a lot of my work is centered on people with visible differences and disabilities, because I think the less diversity people see in their everyday lives, the more disconcerting they might find it. And I think that's something I can change. Even though everything seems to be moving towards a more inclusive society, a lot of it is still very tokenistic. Brands love to tick a box, and then they just move back to their other stuff. It makes me really angry, especially if I see a brand using a person with a disability, but none of their clothing is adaptive. And then there's brands who just don't do anything at all. It's important that everyone feels seen and is able to voice their views. We need to move away from traditional stereotypes. One thing I think is really unfair is when you look up some specific conditions or differences and disabilities, all you will find is illustrations and not like humans. I have a really good example of that. I met a guy called Dominic. He has fetal alcohol syndrome, and if you Google that, you probably won't find any pictures of actual humans. There's images of pregnant women holding a glass of wine or illustrations, and that's just really unfair because you can't see a human like Dominic. And yeah, I think that's my inspiration. I think I've always had a very creative drive, and I've always loved all kinds of arts and crafts. And when I got my first camera, I was just blown away by the things you can do with it. And it felt amazing just to create, and it still feels the same. My advice would be just to believe in yourself and also treat everyone the same. Like, we're all human. I don't think we should see people differently just because they have a disability or some kind of difference. As a photographer, you have so much more power than you actually think you do, and I never knew. It really inspires me when someone messages me and they're like, "Your picture made me feel seen for the very first time." That's actually an incredible feeling, and I know I don't have to change a whole nation. Even if it's just one person, I'm happy. You always have to believe in yourself, and you just need that little spark. And just don't let it go out.